look, I stay in the gym, so like it's no biggie that it's 10 days out. Nah, he's a big boy and he likes to scrap, so can't wait. He's going to try and take me down. I'm going to try and use my movement.
Feel good, man. I've had a good camp and I'm ready for the 5 hard rounds. I know Max is long, hard to take down, good striker. I think I'm going to be better on the feet. If I decide I want to take it to the ground, it'll go to the ground. I just don't think it'll go the distance, that's all I can really tell you.
So ladies and gentlemen, we'll now move to fight number 7, which will be for the vacant Coastal Combat Middleweight Championship. And introducing first, out of the red corner, Max Kelly. So here we have Base Training Centre's Max Kelly making the walk for the 4th time here as an amateur, taking this fight on very short notice. Only, I believe it was about 10 days, so this man is as game as they come. Unfortunately, Hank King's original opponent pulled out due to contracting COVID, and as soon as Damian Brown got a whiff of that, he immediately blew up the promoter Joel Zepasvari's phone and said, hey, I got a guy. So Max Kelly, that guy.
It's very good to see somebody being able to step up on such short notice and save the card, but at the same time, he's granted an opportunity to fight for the title.
Exactly.
And, you know, once again, Damo, Aaron Blackie in his corner, so you know, they know.
A shiny belt is a hell of a motivator for some of these amateur athletes. Max Kelly, chippy by day. Obviously listing his notable training partners, Byron Wilcox, Simsy Long. 2 fighters who have already got W's here on Coastal Combat 10 tonight. So excited to see if Max can make it another one in the books for Base Training Centre. Lists himself as a bit of an all-rounder. He's happy to go wherever the fight does. Really good frame for this middleweight division. Real long arms and perhaps with a perceived reach advantage here tonight. When asked about his opponent, Hank King, he said, don't know much about him, other than he's jacked.
Oh, he's jacked indeed, but, you know, muscles don't necessarily win your fight. It's a lot of other aspects that come into play. Max is a calm fighter. He's taking it on short notice, so he's got nothing to lose, which is a very dangerous mix. And man, I've seen the guy fight. He can fight.
And introducing his opponent, out of the blue corner, Hank the Tiger Tank King. So here we have Hank King, 2-0 in his amateur MMA career at this point in time. We're looking to go 3 up and add a bit of hardware to the walls at Combat Lab Martial Arts. This man is very popular within the gym. He is an absolute pleasure to train and train with, and got a lot of support in the building here tonight as he looks to win the first title of his amateur MMA career, Paul.
Yep, he's done the work. I mean, he's fought kickboxing. He's a blue belt in jiu-jitsu. He's jacked as hell. So, you know, let's go and do it. But man, listen, it's a 5 round or 5 3-minute rounds. You know, anything can happen at that time. He can walk into a punch, and it's not a bodybuilding contest. So we all know, man, this is a fight. I'm excited to see a 5 3-minute rounds go in the distance, but God knows how it's going to go.
Yeah, that's right. These boys scheduled for 5 3s here tonight. If we need them, something tells me we won't, though. Very excited for this one. To be honest, this is probably the one that I had circled on the card coming in as the fight to watch. Max Kelly, perhaps not having a record that reflects just how talented he is.
But totally. I've seen the guy fight, you know. He's quite well-rounded. He can strike. He can grapple. He's got a pretty good awareness of what's going on in the cage. And unfortunately, I haven't seen his opponent fight yet, but I know he's been training for a very long time.
Yes, so as Hank is in the prep point there, ready to go, we are just moments away from the Coastal Combat middleweight title being decided. So ladies and gentlemen, fight number 7 this evening will be for the vacant Coastal Combat Middleweight Championship, and it will be contested over 5 3-minute rounds. And introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he weighed in at 81.2 kilos and trains out of Base Training Center. With 3 fights as an amateur, he holds 1 win. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Max Kelly. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, he weighed in at 84.4 kilos and trains out of Combat Lab Martial Arts, holding an undefeated amateur record of 2 wins and 0 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Hank the Tiger Tank King!
All right.
Okay, gentlemen, you know the rules. We went through them out the back. Make sure you listen to my command all times, defend yourselves all times. For the belt, boys, good luck to you both. Come back ready for work.
And when the action begins, your referee in charge, Peter Hickmott.
Let's see who's going to take this shiny belt home. I believe it's a fairly evenly matched fight. Mr. King starts super strong, as we've expected. Max is tying him up, which is something that he should be doing. He needs to fight long and smooth, allowing the muscles to take the momentum and trying to gas their opponent out.
Yeah, so Hank King looks like he's showing that he wants to grapple here early in this one, and really nice head position here with the underhook. Hank's first amateur fight, he pretty much looked like this for 3 3-minute rounds. Just controlled his opponent against the fence with an underhook and some nice head positioning. So I know for a fact that he is very difficult to deal with in this position, Paul.
Well, yes, and he's imposing his will early on, but this is 5 freaking rounds. So Max is he's calm. He's accepting his position for now. I've seen him fight. He knows how to fight. Definitely, even though he lost his last fight, it was a freaking hell of a fight. But there we go. Hank is imposing his positioning now, and he's got a few of these little punches coming through and landing on his opponent's face.
Some nice knees to the leg there from Hank, and a nice knee in return from Max Kelly to the midsection.
Max is chilling at the moment. He's not being nervous. He's not anxious at the moment. He's waiting for Hank to actually start, slowing down to change the positions, but you're not going to win a fight like that, so he needs to start acting soon.
Yeah, some nice shots landed there from Hank the Tiger Tank King, and a good knee on return there. Some nice sharp knees from Max Kelly in tight.
Max got a left whizzer, but he's not doing much with it. He needs to start moving his hips a little bit more. Damian Brown's yelling out the instructions, and I'm sure they're the right ones. I wonder if he's hearing them or can he implement. But he's got a pretty big dude pushing him against the cage.
Yeah, the physicality of Hank King cannot be understated. Like I said, I do train with Hank, and I have, I've been in this position with Hank, and he's not very comfortable.
No doubt about that, but, Hank needs to do something a little bit more, trying to attempt a takedown, because at the moment he's demonstrating only one facet of his game, but that could be the plan.
And here we go. Max gets off the fence and lands a nice right hand. So some deep breaths already from Hank King.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, look at the shiner on Max Kelly, though. Wow. That is a big shiner under the right eye of Max Kelly from that left hook.
Hank is he's gasping for air.
Yeah, it is a 5-round fight, so that is not a good look for Hank King. Hopefully he can find his second win here in between rounds. So the corner teams will go to work. It is none other than Damian Brown, Aaron Blackie in the corner of Max Kelly. They'll be barking the instructions. And, of course, the dynamic duo of Joel Zepasvari and Tyborg Duncan in the corner for Hank King, letting him know what they would like to see for the second round of this one. So what do you think the instructions are from the base corner at the moment? Do you think it's a case of them sort of biding their time and hoping that Hank gasses these big arms of his out?
Definitely so. Definitely so. Damian Brown is experienced enough to see that Hank is actually probably not going to last 5 rounds like this, but at the same time, he needs to recognize that he's causing a lot of damage in that position. So Max needs to avoid that. And you could see that Hank pushing his opponent against the cage is feeling right. And
yeah, I must admit, I'm not quite sure what caused the swelling under the right eye of.
A lot of short punches
yeah,
like that,
I would
man.
say so.
Look at Hank. You know what I mean? Detonates a lot from a short distance. You know, that's expected.
That is true. So Peter Hickmott claps us in for round 2. Couple nice hooks land from Hank, and back to the fence we go. And look at this, straight back into the position. And Hank King with that underhook and head position that he is so well known for. Let's see if Max Kelly can find an exit strategy a little bit quicker in this round. Because, look, it's all well and good to hope that Hank's arms will tire out, but you do need to start putting some points on the board at some point.
And don't be fooled by Hank's body language in the corner. You know what I mean? That dude came to fight. And I think at the moment, he's winning the fight. No doubt about that.
I can speak to the fact that it was a big sort of a big focus of the training camp for Hank King was cardio here. He knew he had 5 rounds to work with and wanted to make sure that he was prepared for the task.
We're about to be sprayed by blood.
Oh no. Go back the other way, boys.
No, stay here. That's why we're here. Best seat in the house.
Best seats in the house. If you are joining us, welcome to Coastal Combat 10. You are tuning in to the vacant middleweight title of fights. Round 2
smelling
of 5.
the blood, literally. And now this damage is starting to accumulate. Max is feeling uncomfortable now. His body language has changed.
Yes, he is starting to wilt, it looks like, under the pressure of Hank.
Yeah.
Oh, big shots! Hank.
Mouth guard came in. Peter is not going to stop it.
He's going to put the mouth guard back in. And we are back underway.
There we go.
Hank.
Max's face is showing some damage, that's for sure.
Hank is doing a lot of damage with those short shots. Traditionally, not shots you would see put someone away, but like you said earlier, Paul, someone built like Hank can do a lot of damage with not much room. But look at this, Max Kelly with some fight.
He needs to retrieve himself and create the distance. Spumbling in well, he's got double underhooks, but doesn't have the strength yet to utilize those underhooks effectively.
There was a couple of shots that landed that really looked to hurt Max when we saw the mouth guard come out. So I thought he perhaps might be a little compromised, but he seems to have recovered quite well. Here's Hank looking for some knees to the head.
Hank has caused a lot of damage in the last 5 minutes. And that's just only 2 rounds. There's another 3 rounds to go, man. I'm excited to see, I am not so much excited to see more damage on Max's face, I tell you that much.
Yeah, it's starting to look pretty horrific in there for Base Training Center's pupil. He is as game as they come. As we mentioned on the walkout, took this fight on very short notice. Didn't blink at the prospect of potentially going 15 minutes with Hank King. And look, 2 rounds in the book for Hank King, you'd imagine, as this round 2 draws to a close.
Another thing that we need to note that Max is not fighting middleweight normally. You know, he's a 77-kilo fighter, so definitely a bit of a weight difference there is. And I think, you know what, actually I like what I'm seeing in Hank's corner now. He actually looks less tired than in the first round.
I was just about to say the same thing, Paul. I think that he may have caught his second wind there a little bit. Like I mentioned, cardio was a big focus for him in this training camp. You don't have to be a genius to look at Hank's physique and know that, you know, oxygen to all that muscle was going to be an issue. So he really tried to address that in training camp, knowing he had the 5 rounds to work with, and so far 2 down, looks to be holding up.
He really needs to listen to his corner, because right now, when you get fatigued, you really need to listen to your corner. You really need to listen, because they can motivate you, they can put you in the right direction, and they can actually change the course of a fight in case, you know, it needs to happen.
Yes. So now looks like they're just tending to some work on Max, but oof, his face is an absolute mess.
Man, he came to fight. He's in a fight now.
Oh, he's telling Peter Hickmott he's good. There is no quit in this man. He came for a fight, and he's getting exactly what he wanted. Hank King looking fairly fresh as far as cardio is concerned. Oh, big shot lands from Max.
And that's the danger.
Wow, things just turned really quick here. Hank King is still on very wobbly legs. And the left hand lands again. Hank King not recovered. Max Kelly, could he be going home with the title? Beautiful slip from the Hank, and he takes the back. Oh my goodness, it's a choke in. What a sequence. What a sequence. It looks like he's
Oh,
that's in.
Deep.
That's deep.
That's deep.
That is deep.
That is very
Hank
deep.
There it is. Wow. Your winner and new Coastal Combat middleweight champion, Hank the Tank Tiger King. Wow. Unbelievable. What a frantic 30 seconds that opening third round.
Wow. I actually missed when he clipped him.
Incredible win there from Hank King. But I tell you what, Max Kelly deserves all the praise in the world.
Absolutely.
He was centimetres away from winning that fight. A massive congratulations to him and the team at Base Training Centre.
Absolutely. He took it on short notice in the weight division above, you know.
There's the right hand on the replay. Beautiful short right hook it was that really sent Hank onto Queer Street, but to Hank's credit, managed to recover and find his back in a crazy little transition. Just looked like Max overcommitted on a punch here, Paul, and then unfortunately showed his back to Hank for a second, and the Combat Lab blue belt showing why with a beautiful finish.
I must admit that Hank reacted after being rocked. His situational awareness was extremely high in this situation. Took the back, choked him out. MMA at its finest.
So ladies and gentlemen, our referee has called a stop to this contest at 49 seconds of round number 3, declaring your winner by submission due to a rear naked choke and the new Coastal Combat middleweight champion, Hank the Tiger Tank King.
I got blood on my phone.
Yeah, I wish I could hear your commentary doing that.
Wow, Hank King, our new Coastal Combat middleweight champion. Dominant opening 2 rounds, but looked like you were in a spot of trouble there at the start of the third. Managed to get the rear naked choke though shortly after. How hurt were you when that big hook landed from Max?
Yeah, a little bit. I think it was gassed as well, though. So I think it was a little bit more when you're sucking down air.
Well, the finish came shortly thereafter. He did a fantastic job rolling under that punch and taking the back. Looked like the game plan was quite grapple heavy. Was that the case coming in here tonight?
Look, to be honest, we'd been preparing for a different opponent. Max has stepped up for this one short notice, so props to him. So it's kind of just come in and do whatever the fuck I felt like.
Well, whatever you felt like looked really good here tonight. And lastly, I know there's some people from Combat Lab that you'd like to thank. The floor is yours.
Yeah, so first and foremost, my coach, Joel. I obviously wouldn't be a champion without him. And all my training partners, everyone at the lab, you guys have built me into a champion, so thank you.
And look, before I let you go, I think there's something that you would like to do inside the cage here tonight with that freshly minted championship belt around your waist. I will throw the floor to you, my friend.
Yeah, so my biggest supporter, Jess, my partner, it's her birthday Thursday. I didn't even get to see her because I was cutting weight, so I'd like to get her in the cage if I can.
Jess, where are you?
So Jess, I've been in love with you since I first saw you, so in front of all these people, I'd like to ask you to marry me. There's so much blood on you now. Put it on.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your new middleweight champion and Mr. and Mrs. King.